everyone, my name is Chloe and welcome to day 10 of Vlogmas. So if you have not seen these videos, what I did is at the beginning of the year, I asked my husband and daughters to go find me some books, and they could go anywhere, used bookstore. They can go to our Friends of the Library book sale. They can go to the Friends of the Library store that's always there. They can go to Savers, anywhere that books are less than $5, and they get to pick, and I will read them one a day on Vlogmas. And so this is a little blast from the past, a little vlog, a little unboxing, wrapping, whatever. And so what my husband did, the first day he went and took them and was like, okay, we'll just buy some books. Well, he said it turned into mass chaos where everybody was fighting over how many they got. They were mad that their sister got to pick more than they did. And so it didn't work out well. And so now his strategy is to take them and everybody gets one. And so now he's buying 3 books at a time, because I have 3 children that are old enough to participate in this. And so 3 books at a time was great, but then I run out of books. And so now yesterday I was like, okay, well, I'm out of books and I want to start another one because I'm supposed to be halfway through, by the end of June. Here we are on day 10 and it's May. And so I'm not doing great. I mean, I'm getting close, but I guess I'm getting close. I don't have that many, but I also have an epic May book haul revisit this month. And so I've got a lot of books on that TBR. So I'm not anticipating I'm going to get a ton of these books read in May. We also just have a really busy May, but we'll talk about that later. So anyway, I told him yesterday, take them to get more books. And he said, okay, but they did not have time to go, shopping per se. So they went to a library and just picked a book. So this is going to be a borrowed book, which is great. And since I'm just going to be unwrapping it immediately, we didn't want to waste paper, so we've got a gift bag, and this one was picked by my 4, almost 5-year-old, so let's see what it is. She's very excited because she is 5 in less than a month, or a little over a month. Oh, it's a paperback. Okay. Oh, Yours Eventually by Nura. Gosh, they've got a sticker over this, so I don't know who it's by. Nura Maznavi, maybe? Okay, so let's see what this is. Okay, it is the Ibrahim family is facing a crucial moment. Their patriarch just lost his fortune and his daughters are picking up the pieces. At the family's core is Ozma, the long-suffering middle daughter who stepped into the family center after the death of her beloved mother years ago. Despite what the prying aunties think, Ozma is living life as she always wanted, fulfilling her childhood dream of being a successful doctor, or so she thinks. In walks Farouk Wahid, Ozma's college sweetheart, whose proposal was cruelly rejected by Ozma's aunt and father. Now, 8 years later, Farouk has made his fortune by selling his Silicon Valley startup and is widely considered one of the most eligible bachelors in California. As he enters Ozma's social orbit, she finds herself navigating a tricky landscape, her pushy sisters, her gossiping aunties, and her father's expectations on her path to reconciling the past and winning Farouk back, if there's still time. So this is not anything I've ever heard of, nor is it something I probably would have picked up on my own. However, it is very interesting and I'm really excited about it. So why did you pick this one, girly? You don't know? Was it because the cover's pretty? Yeah, she is my shy one, so you're not going to hear much from her when the camera's rolling. But hey, can you go get my phone? I'm going to see if this one's on audio, because if so, I'm going to pick it up really soon. If not, I have, like I said, multiple physical and ebook reads, like eyeball reads that I've got to do for Book Haul Revisit, so I'm not sure where this is going to end up. But while she's finding my phone, I will chat, because it is May 4th, and we're deep in like sports season. So we've got softball, we've got basketball, we've got swimming, we've got tennis, we've got gymnastics, we've got all the things, because the spring, like fall or winter, spring stuff is wrapping up, and the spring summer stuff is kind of starting. And right now we're at this crux where it's all going on. Let's see. We've got a 7-year-old, like I said, almost 5-year-old. And then my third kiddo turns 3 at the end of the summer, and the baby's 6 months. We started food recently, and I'm just not ready for that. I'm not prepared. I'm not loving it, but that's okay. And so, yeah, that's really what's going on with life. I'm hoping this weekend is Mother's Day, and I have had sick kiddos like the majority of Mother's Days, and so I'm really hoping that's not the case, but I feel like at this point, even talking about it is manifesting it, so I will keep you posted on that. Are you trying to show your bracelets? Okay. Oh no, I'm on Goodreads. I didn't want to get on Goodreads because if it doesn't have good ratings, I don't want to know. But it only has 350 ratings. That is crazy. That's not much. So let's see. I meant to get on Libby and see if we can get the audio. Yours eventually. Have you guys heard of this? Because I sure haven't. Yes, it's a 9-hour audiobook. It's a 4-week wait. So, I'm fourth in line. So let's see if it's available. You guys, I have so many library cards on Libby. Let's see if it's available anywhere else. 4 weeks, 12 weeks at another, and no copies anywhere else. So, the library that has the shortest hold is the Mid-Continent Library. I don't know if it's just a Kansas City thing, but if you are in the middle of the continent, maybe look into that because it's a great thing. So, yeah, I'm not sure when I'll read this. Like I said, Mother's Day is this weekend. My birthday is the following week. So May is an exciting month, coupled by all the things. And we've got some springy, nice weather. It's actually only 55 right now, but I'm wearing shorts and acting like it's summer. So that's what's up. That's the update. And I will check in when I start reading this.
The coffee's ready if you'll have some. Breakfast should be finished soon. The paper called for sun tomorrow. It looks like rain the whole day.
Hey friends, so it's many moons later because we've just had all the things going on. Honestly, it's been great. We've had softball, we've had tennis, we've had basketball ended, we had swimming and so like sports galore, and just the weather has been gorgeous. And so we've been outside a lot, and my May book haul revisit was really large, so that's impacted my reading a lot. But now here it is, May 23rd. I had a birthday, we had Mother's Day. I think all of that has happened since I started this vlog. And today I've decided to start potty training my 2-year-old. So why? I don't know. I just think I'm crazy. But yeah, so that's what's going on right now. I decided to do that. And so I'm sneaking away to update you guys because I started this book a day ago maybe, and I'm liking it. I'm only about a third of the way through. Truthfully, my anxiety has been like through the roof. I'm having some health issues, but they're not severe. I just have a GP who is very good at saying what she doesn't know. And so she's referring out to all these different places. And so I've been seeing a cardiologist. Now we're seeing a hematologist. Like there's just a lot of things going on. And yeah, it's just caused my health anxiety to go through the roof. And so I've been listening to more like biblical nonfiction and like the just different plans on the Bible app and Right Now Media and all that. So this reading has gotten a little slower. But this is a romance about a girl, and she is a Pakistani girl, and her family has like a very wealthy background, and they're a very prominent family. However, the business has kind of gone wayside and things aren't as great as they seem. Now, she is a doctor. The mother passed away a long time ago. I think their mom passed away when they were kids. And so it's just the dad, and when she became an adult, her aunt told her that her mom would want her to not get into like a marriage relationship, but first go chase her dream of becoming a doctor. And so she broke up with her fiance. Her family also did not approve of said fiance because he dropped out of college to pursue like startup stuff. And so she broke up with him, and now it's years later. She is a doctor and he has struck pay dirt. And everybody's like, hey, didn't you know him? And they kept their relationship very hush-hush because she knew her family did not approve. And so they're kind of playing it off. Well, now they've come back into each other's lives. And obviously there's a lot of animosity on his side of like, excuse me, lady. And so he's with somebody else. She's been pining over him for years, and she is now questioning, what would her mom have wanted her to do? Would her mom have wanted her to pursue this relationship or not? And so there's that. Yeah, like I said, I'm really liking it. I'm liking the writing style. We're just outside and it is freezing. Not freezing. It's in the 50s. But like it's late enough in the season that mosquitoes are out. And so I feel like I just had a mosquito like bite me in the spine. But whatever, we're fine. So yeah, that's where that's going. It's an easy listen. I'm listening on audio, and I didn't realize this was such a new release because I was like, why is this so hard to get? And now there's a ton of people waiting for it, and it's due in like 5 or 6 days. So I know I'm going to finish this relatively quickly. So I don't know what clips I will have inserted from life, but like I said, it's just been sports. The baby got sick for an overnight. Something she ate didn't agree with her. So that was like a consuming 2-day process, because it was just, then we were all really tired, whatever, how it goes. So that's it. So now I am hopefully going to finish this book today, tomorrow, this weekend. It is Memorial Day weekend, but it's going to be in the 60s and rainy here. So nothing to get excited about. We're not doing anything, but having an extra day is actually why I decided to potty train. So that's the exciting thing. Potty training is happening, right? Fingers crossed. So we'll see. Hopefully by the time I finish this book, I'm like, yeah, she's great. She's on the potty all the time. Everything's hunky dory. I don't anticipate that's going to be my story, but we'll see. Everyone, so it's Saturday, Saturday Memorial Day weekend, and it is like a gloomy 60 degrees outside. So not great for Memorial Day weekend. But this was one of the days where my baby just did not want to sleep this morning. Normally, I feed her, put her back down. She sleeps fine while I work out, and then she gets up around the same time her sisters do. But today it was not the case. I put her down, and then like 5 minutes later she was up, and so I took her for a walk, and it like the sun comes up so early that it's really nice. And we went out about 6, and it was just so peaceful. Like there's no cars out really. And it was really great. And so, yeah, took a walk. However, she woke up before I was done. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to put the kids in bikes and strollers and that kind of stuff. And we're going to just see how far we can walk while my husband goes to Sam's Club. And then he's going to pick us up on his way back. And so gonna be a fun time. Probably gonna eat up our whole morning, and I'm definitely okay with that. Like I said, it's like 60, so it's not warm, but it's great like exercise outside weather, and yeah, just gonna be a fun thing to do. So I finished listening to this on the walk this morning, and so I don't know what to rate this. I would say like a strong 3.5, maybe a 4-star, probably a strong 3.5. And so I'm going to tell you about this book knowing, like, preface your mind with the fact that I am a women's fiction lover. I am not as much a romance lover. So the premise of this book, this woman is Pakistani, and her family, like I said, I don't want to be redundant. Her family is very well off, very well known. They're having some business issues, whatever. Her mom chose to start a family as opposed to pursuing her career. Her mom wanted to be a doctor, and again, chose starting a family over her career. So she never did that. She died young, and so her mother is not in the picture. But she, our main character, as Asma, she was given the advice from her aunts that what her mom would want her to do is to pursue her career, not to pursue romantic relationships and all of that kind of stuff. So she was with this guy. Her family didn't approve. We've talked about this. She broke off the engagement, and I'm really curious how she kept like an engagement secret. I understand like not letting your family know who you're dating or whatever, but like an engagement, that's interesting. But she's the middle of 3 sisters, and anyway, so she breaks up with this guy, and now it's years later, and this guy has hit pay dirt, and he's, got this startup. And so now they're back in each other's lives, and there's some tension. Like I said, I feel like I'm repeating myself, but I want to make sure I think about everything that I'm saying. Hold on, Ada Ruth. Oh my goodness. My 2-year-old is here in quite the getup. I wish I could show you. But anyway, so she is a doctor. She's like in the final years of her residency, or final months, whatever, of her residency in, not San Jose. I can't remember, somewhere in, in, I think, like Northern California or like the Bay Area. Anyway, so she is there. She's a doctor. She loves her career. However, now that this guy is back, she's like, gosh, I really loved him. And years have gone by and she has not dated anybody. She's really just put her head down and focused on career. And she's not sure that that's what her mom actually would have wanted. However, this guy is involved with her sister-in-law. Basically, this is a very good picture of Pakistani culture and how there's lots of aunties and family and all the things. And this is really a conversation around family pressure and how we make our decisions, and if we make our decisions for ourselves or our families, or where we go with this. And now so it is obviously a romance. There is this romance between her and this guy that she let go, and by the title, Yours Eventually, they had some hiccups along the way, but it's a romance with an HEA, and that all of that is great. But I would say this is much more like Farouk. He's the guy, and he's in the book. He's consistently in the book, but there's not a lot of scenes with Ozma and Farouk. They're not, it's not like there's like no steam, no smut, none of that. There's none of that. We don't see them together very often. This is more of a women's fiction about Ozma and her trying to figure out who she's living for, what she wants, all of that kind of stuff. And now it's interesting. I am from a family that is not at all like this. Not, my parents never put pressure on me to do any sort of thing except for what I felt called to do, what I was interested in, what I wanted to do. They never put pressure on me in this way. And so many times I was wanting to say to Ozma, like, stand up for yourself, girl. And I do think it went a little far, because I totally understand the family obligation in this culture, and how especially in the affluent Pakistani culture, how it's very not only what your parents want you to do, but also what like others will think that is very important to them. And so I can understand that. However, she let other people like railroad her in more ways than just her family. And so there were a lot of times where I was like, golly, come on, girl, just stand up for yourself. But she does eventually. And so you really like, I feel like if you don't like Ozma, you're not gonna like this book. Whereas it's not about like, if you don't like them as a couple, you won't like this book, because it's more about her. Now, again, like I said, preface that by saying I'm a women's fiction reader. That's generally what I pull out of these women's fiction romance balances. I enjoy the women's fiction part more. So them as a couple, yes, I was rooting for them to get together, but more because I wanted Ozma to get what she wanted, and I wanted her to find love, and I wanted her to be valued, and I wanted her to find her voice. Not because I cared that much about them as a couple, and you don't even really get to know Farouk that much. There's a lot of misunderstandings in this book. So that's a little bit annoying of like, wait, just ask more questions. But it's not like a lack of communication, really. I thought it was good. Is it great? Is it something I'm going to remember forever? No. But was it entertaining and good? And yeah, I think it really was good. This quote says, a sharp, hilarious, and unapologetically real take on love, legacy, and getting what you truly want, despite what your aunties say. And I think that's really, really accurate. On the back, it says, a swoony, romantic, unputdownable homage to Jane Austen's classic Persuasion, which I don't know that story, set in a Muslim American family. A delight from the first page to the last. I can't wait to see what she comes up with next. So, yeah, I think if this was her debut, which I'm assuming it is, maybe, question mark, I'm not sure, but I would really recommend this book. So, big win on that one. My 4-year-old picked this because of the cover. So we'll see what's coming next, but I would say that one's a win. So thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.